Hello, GooTube community. This is VIP Nobody, your fixed income computer builder, coming to you from the sunny outback bush country of Jamaica. Yeah, man. Good day, huh? As they say in Australia, down under. Anyway, I know it's been a long time since I've posted anything. We moved from the sunny climes of Jamaica to the outback bush country of Jamaica. And it's at least 10 degrees warmer here than what it is in the sunny climes. And we have problems with power as well as internet services down here. When the power goes out, you lose internet, of course, and the power goes out sometimes for 2 days at a time. And we recently lost internet service for 6 days, and when it is up, 50% of the time it is very slow speeds. When I say very slow speeds, we're talking 95 speeds, 56K, sometimes less, and 25% of the time, when it is speedy, half that time, you don't have the service, period. They sometimes lose their records of your payments, so they shut you off, and that's Home Time Digital. And I went to their office, one of their offices on the island, and I found it closed, empty, and locked. So, anyway, fun times here in Jamaica. Yeah, man. I guess that would be the positive thing with living in a major city, is you have better service available to you. But today I'm working with my main machine here, and you're looking at my desktop. It is Linux Mint 19, and I have it customized to my satisfaction. I went with a Mac theme as well as icons, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out. It looks nice. This is a custom desktop picture from wallpaperflare.com. This is two different pictures from wallpaperflare.com that I found and downloaded. They're all free. And here's the dock. You can see the icons are made to look like Mac icons. One thing that I found using any kind of software online, whether it's Final Cut using Mac, or whether it's Sony Vegas using a PC or Windows, or Kdenlive, which is free and open source. I believe it's also available for the other operating systems. Or photograph software. I use GIMP. I've got two different versions. I use a 2.1 GIMP, which is an image manipulation program. The language that people use, no matter what type of job that you go into, what kind of field you go into, everybody has their own language, and it's very confusing when you're first getting started in using software programs or applications, whichever you want to call it, and you don't know the language that they use, the different terms, the different words that they use to be able to get things done. And you have to go to GooTube University to be able to find out possible other words that you can type in to be able to get done what it is that you want to do. Well, in this picture here on my desktop, I made two different layers of photographs, laid one over top of another inside of the GIMP software program, and I made the upper layer, the top layer, transparent in a section of the picture, and laid the other one underneath it, so that it looks completely different than what I started with. The one that I started with is this girl, she's in space, looking out in space. I don't like the dark themes of different things. I like a more light, airier looking kind of thing. So I went with this picture and I made this transparent. The term or word that they use for this is alpha channel. Yeah, like you're going to be able to, without using something before, you're going to be able to figure that out. Make this transparent or see-through so that you can see a picture underneath it, or change the picture. There's more than one way to be able to make this transparent. I use the eraser tool in an alpha channel to be able to erase this. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. So let's go ahead and open this image with my software program application / application, GIMP 2.1. Alright, so I open that one. Here's the layers over here on the right hand side, and the only layer we have is her right now. So that you can see the immediate results of the picture underneath it. I'm going to go ahead and make a second layer. I chose another picture to be able to put underneath this one from Wallpaper Flare, and I'm just click and dragging it over here somewhere. Ta-da! Convert it. There are two different size images, and we'll resize that picture so that it will fit inside of here after we get done making it transparent. And to make something transparent, you click on the layer over here on the right, brings up a menu. We're going to look for add an alpha channel, and here it is. We're going to left click on add an alpha channel, and right now the bucket painting tool is what's chosen. Some people use this lasso to be able to select an area and use a keyboard to be able to do some kind of control X or something like that to be able to this is just as easy for me. Use an eraser tool, click, and let's change the size of that. Let's go to the left hand side and make the size of it much larger. This is a 10, very small eraser, huh? Let's go somewhere up here and get most of the area large, part of the area erased or transparent so we can see the picture underneath it. Now it's not complete picture. Let's not erase her. Let's bring the size back down again. Over on the left hand side, bring the eraser size down, and to be able to get closer to these edges to more accurately erase or make transparent the area, let's go ahead and change the size of the view. Let's go to the image. Oh gosh, where's the zoom? View, there we go. Right click on the picture. Okay, everybody see that? Right click on the picture and zoom it, and we'll zoom in. We'll keep on zooming in. Yeah, does it give you a chance to, no, it doesn't give a, zoom in. And we're getting bigger. Okay, let's see how big our erase. Ooh, that's still quite big. So let's cut that down. Ooh, not one, please, that goes too fast. You can type that in if you want to, the size. See what 10 does. Okay, that's a lot nicer, a lot closer to what we want. Well, I really didn't erase it completely with that big one. Left it kind of fuzzy around the edges. That's something to remember. That's still not close enough. Let's zoom in again. There we go. We're getting to it. And it takes a steady hand to get something close. You might want to, instead of doing one whole long line of erasure, you might want to do small ones so that you can come back up here in the upper left hand corner, hit select or edit, undo eraser, so you only lose a small. If you make a mistake, if you go over top of something that you didn't really mean to make transparent, you can go back more easily instead of going for a long line all the way along her body and then all of a sudden you mess up down there by her leg or something, you know. And if you hit undo, then you're going to lose a lot of work. So it's easier, and my suggestion, you know, if you've got a really steady hand, you can do whatever you like, you know. And the saying is, you can do whatever you're big enough to pay for. And that applies in a lot of areas in life. I learned that from a truck driver. I was critical of somebody and they said, you know, he can do whatever he's big enough to pay for. And it just stuck. I was like, yeah, you know what, that's kind of true. But if you really got a steady hand, you could probably make this eraser a lot larger and get a lot more of it done more quickly than what I am. Whoop, there we go. Now we're going to see what happens. Edit, undo, erase. See how much it took away? Yowzer. Okay. Like Tim Allen, know what not to do in home improvement, huh? Hey Al, we did this so we yeah. Imagine Generation Z doesn't know what I'm talking about there, huh? I like to leave that little green line in. And it's okay if you leave a little bit of black. I mean, as we zoom back out again, you'll see that it comes out pretty good. Yeah, there's, back to talking about Jamaica. I mean, you pick your problems wherever you go. That's another one of my sayings. Pick your problems. Right now, it's not a good place to live in Israel. Or Acapulco. You know, pick your problems. What kind of problems can you live with? What kind of problems? It's also like that in picking your partners in life. What do you have to have in a partner? You know. This is a little bit time consuming. And to be able to resituate the picture, you can just come down here. It doesn't stay the eraser or anything like that while you're doing this. So you can, once you're off the picture, it will allow you to click on something and move it or control things. Go to the panels and change things. You're starting to see the picture I chose to go underneath here. Of course, my desktop picture was different than this one. That big eraser really didn't erase it very well, did it? Nothing against this artist. He just signed it in an area where you could see it, which consequently, when I'm making it transparent, he's being erased. It's where I want my image to be, and I can't leave his signature there very easily to be able to give him credit for all that hard work he put in. Oh, there was a big one. Edit. As you can tell, I'm not that good with a mouse. That's one of the drawbacks. It's like magical. What's underneath is all of a sudden showing up, huh? Sometimes my hand will get tired going in one direction. So I change directions with it. And it seems to be steadier and allows me to function better. Small movements, small movements. Release the mouse every so often, so if you make a mistake, it's easier to undo without losing a lot of work. Once again, let's move this picture over. Bring this image in that direction. Let's try and start here. Get nice and close. Ooh. Overlapped a little bit there that time. Sometimes it stays a little fuzzy in that area, but I'm happy with how close I got there. It's not too big of a mistake. Yeah. Coming right along. Now the image on the layer, as they call it, below this one, this structure, crane kind of contraption thing here, is a different size than the one that's on the top layer where the girl is, the picture that's on top. We're going to change the size of that picture after I get done making the area transparent that I want to be transparent. And that's a relatively simple thing to do. That is if you know the terms. Once again, an engineer, he's got his terms that he uses. It's job protection, you know. A mason, he's got his tools that he uses, and it's self-preservation and job protection, right? So an artist, he's got his. Computer programmer, they've got theirs. All these special terms, words that people use to be able to protect their jobs. I get tired of hearing, did it because I had to feed my kids. I did this bad thing or that bad thing. You gotta live. I hear that excuse too. You gotta live. No, you don't have to live. Everybody has to die. But how you live is what matters. You can die well as well. That's a line out of that movie with Tom Cruise. What was that? Odyssey? Where he's a clone and he's got to fight against alien takeover. Yeah. That was actually a cool movie. I don't care so much for Tom, but I'm allowed to dislike whoever I want to dislike. You know, it's part of being free. I can say who I like. I don't have to say who I dislike or don't like, but I'm a free man. Don't forget to let go of this mouse every now and then. This picture looks kind of spacey behind her too. Right. Clearing everything off. Ah! Shoot. Edit. Undo erase. Boom. Let's come around her head again. That's where I left off last time, or started last time. Forgot that I had to come around her again. It's going to get tricky down there by that phone. We might have to zoom in really quite a bit. The closer we get and make the eraser smaller. Once again, to be able to make the eraser smaller, you come over here to the size on the left-hand panel, and you can arrow it up or down, or you can click inside of here and type in a different size if you know. I mean, there's lots of options here. You're not stuck with the way I do things. It's free and open source. You use it the way you want. You can do what you're big enough to pay for. Yeah. Oh, there's some other fuzzy areas. Not exactly transparent. There we go. Her hair is tricky. This hair groups down quite a distance. Trying to erase on both sides of this strand of hair without erasing the hair. There we go. I'm going to have to get smaller to go inside of here and erase that. Might not even hurt the image to be able to leave that alone. Depending on the coloring behind there. There's a hair coming down here. There's a hair coming down across here. So we've got to go in this space here and this space here. Futuristic phone. Gonna have to get smaller to get along between the phone and the area there. Between her and her bed. Oh, we got a castle back here, huh? I think it's a steampunk picture I've got in the background behind her. Unlike my desktop, where it's a futuristic, weird space planet kind of dealio. I also have a bunch of applications or programs running. They call them widgets in Windows, or applications, apps, desklets, docklets. There's different ones that you can apply on the dock, and then you just remove it from the dock and put it on your desktop. I wanted to go with a look something like Jarvis kind of look. Let's zoom in on this some more. View. Where's the zoom? At the top? Yes. Zoom in. I think it goes in 50% gradients. Is that close enough? Let's try another zoom in. Let's do a nice job. I think I want to try and save this to this GIMP program so that If I want to change the picture behind her, I can anytime import one to the second layer or the layer below her or the picture below her. They call them layers. Zoom in some more. Okay. Let's go with the eraser size. Let's go smaller. Let's try 5. Try and get between her hair and hand. You can see things are getting kind of cubistic. So, and let's come down this side of her hand to her hair. Follow the line of her hair up. Oh, I just erased part of her hair. This is the hair coming down. Edit, undo, erase. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. And boy, we got to get really small to get in there. Bring that up a little bit. It should look okay. Smooth her hair out a little bit there. Okay. And that's, yeah, her hair turned out good there. Alright, I think we've got a pretty good dealio on the zoom. Let's zoom out. View. Zoom out. How about zoom to selection? No. Don't want to try things that you don't know, because it might just make things weird. And then you don't know how to undo it. Go with what you know. I had professors that say, before you come to me, look things up. And he would say, look things up here, look things up there. GoTube University was one of the places he would have us go look. I'm just cleaning up some around her head here, making it a little smoother. Yeah. Zoom out some more. We're going to go to its regular original size. It's probably a quicker way than what I'm doing, but this is easy and simple. I like easy. Easy is good. There's lots of different menus with lots of different things to be able to check out all you want. Okay, now we're back to normal size. It's got the yellow dot around the outside. And the image, the transparency of the upper layer or the picture on top turned out pretty good. The line around her is pretty good, a little fuzzy right there. Yeah, not bad. I'm happy with that. Are you guys happy with that? Okay, let's go to the picture that's underneath her and scale. If you want to change the size of it, they use the word scale this layer, or make your picture that's underneath smaller. Scale the layer. Click on the one that you want to make smaller, of course, and scale it. Let's bring it down, huh? And hit the scale button. See how, oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. I've got to try and see these yellow lines that go around. We want to make it so that this side and that side come right up to these edges on the sides, and then we can move it up and down to, catch or capture inside of that transparency area what it is we want her to be looking at. So let's scale this layer some more. You can also change these numbers by typing things in there. 570, that's almost, let's see. Let's go to the upper left hand corner up here, move tool rather than erase or make transparent anything. And we can move this. We still have some leftover space that we can scale out. Scale there. Let's go to about 65, 64. Boom. Yeah, that's not enough. Scale there. Let's go down to about 550. What do you think, folks? Let's scale it. Oh, that's pretty darn close. Let's move this. Oh, wrong one. Edit, undo, move that top layer. We want to move the bottom layer. Okay. Oh yeah. That's about it. Got a little bit of something on that side. Now we want to move it up and down. What is it we want her to see in this picture? Just move that upper layer. Undo, move. There we go. A little difficult to be able to catch it. There we go, if we catch it by the picture. So there's a lot underneath here. Do we want to cap? How much of this do we want? Oh, you can see some erasures that weren't done very well. How about that? We can come back and touch that up a little bit. But let's move that pretty close to the top so we can get some of the town in there. And the left to right movement. I like that. Okay. Let's go back to this top layer. Give us the eraser again. Are we in the alpha? Right click on the picture you want alpha. Make sure it's still on the add alpha channel. We can erase now. Is that working? That's not working. We don't want to remove. It's not working. Add alpha channel. Add alpha channel. Looks like, oh, that's right. We are a really small size. That's why it doesn't look like it's working. Ta-da! Okay. There we go. There we go. That's much better. That cleaned up nice. Got that little fuzzy up there. Okay. That looks good. I like that. But if we go down to this layer, we can still move it. Oh! Undo! Undo! Eraser! Go back to move. Whew. Now that we're on the bottom layer, which is the background, we got it on move. Move it around a little bit, you can see the areas that you miss on erasing. There's like 3 spots. Go back to the upper layer. Do I have to add? No, I don't. Go back to the eraser. Boom. It stayed on the move. Why'd you stay on the move? Back to the eraser tool. There we go. There we go. That's it. Now let's move this guy back in alignment again. Oh, it's on the eraser tool. Crap. Stick it back on the move tool. There we go. Let's get that ship up there high. Get more of the town in, more of the town, and want everything in there, including the castle in the background. Alright. I like that. That's where we're at. And then you want to do an export. Export as. You can change this just a little bit up here so you know which one it is. Don't want to take everything out, just there you go, just one letter, so that way it's not going to mess it up. Export. Okay. I like the settings. I don't change the settings on that. And as far as quality, where did it go? Did it go to the desktop? I hope. Aha. Yes. There we go. There we go. And that's a winner. Let's open that back up. Let's get rid of this layer. Delete layer. Boom. Ah, you can really see the messes up on that one now, can't you? How about that stuff? Alright. Let's go to the eraser. Clean that up a little more, huh? I want to save this project with all this erasing that's done, because that's a bit of work. It takes a bit of time to be able to make an alpha section. Let's go ahead and save as. Save it to the documents as an XCF. We're going to trust that and see if we can open it back up again to be used. Alright. Once again, this is VIP Nobody, your fixed income PC builder, signing off.